Himad is here. Can you post Sunday thing immediately? Now, do you know Sunday is Zoom link? Can you tell her doing Zoom link Sunday is to her? She knows. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Mirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshuraanmritam yena tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Padantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakammalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parjana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Shrivan Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarvishya Kripasandabhye Vacha Patitanam Pavanabhye Vaishnavyo Namo Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivsadi Guru Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Nangayate Girim Yatrupatu Shri Guru Nanatar Paramam Mahashivratri. This is the day Lord Shiva drank poison, halahal. And it's also said this is the day he was wedded to Parvati. So how do Vaishnavas, how do devotees, bhakti yogis observe this festival? Nimnaganam yatha Ganga, Devanam achyuto yatha, Vaishnavanam yatha Shambhu, Prananam yatam tat. This is from Srimad Bhagavatam 12th canto. Of all the rivers, Ganga is the topmost. Now of all the gods, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Devanam achyuto. But of all the devotees, Vaishnavanam yatha Shambhu. Shiva is the topmost devotee. Of all the devotees, Shiva is the topmost of all the devotees. And of all the scriptures, Shastras, Purananam Itam Tata, this book means Bhagavatam is the topmost. So that is the proper understanding. Actually, Shiva Tattva, Shiva is not Jiva. Shiva is not Krishna. So in between. So is a Tattva. So he is in between. Today we'll try to as much as possible discuss Shiva Tattva and Leela also. You know? And how do we Bhakti yogis understand from the text of Shastras? Shiva's position is Kshiram yada dadvikar visesha yogan sanjayate nahi tata pratakashti heto yasam mutavitadat sompaiti karyan govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Kshiram, if you consider Krishna as the milk, If you add a little culture, means lemon juice, then what will happen? It will become yogurt. So, Krishna plus Maya is not Shiva. Krishna plus material energy. Honestly speaking, Krishna does not come in contact with material energy. So, Vishnu Tattva for the creation, so many living entities are there. If you ask me, you can read it later, this one, listen. Yeah. From Krishna comes, according to Brahma Samhita, Balram. And from that comes Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Vasudeva. And it's called Chaturvyuha. From that, Narayan comes. From Narayan, Ditiya Chaturvyuha, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Vasudeva. That Sankarshan comes as Sadasiva. So Shiva has an origin. God or Supreme Personality of Godhead means nobody is equal to him, nobody is greater than him, Asamurdhva. But he is the cause of all causes and source of everything. So, for example, the source of the computer is plastic and metal. Source of the metal and plastic is earth. Source of the earth, likewise, if you go further, and one point comes that doesn't have source, that is source of everything. Krishna says in Gita, that's me, Aham Sarvasya Prabhava, Matta Sarvam Pravartate, Itimatva Bhajantamam Buddham Bhava Samanvita. Prabhava, that word, I'm the source of material and spiritual worlds. Sarva Karana Karanam. So that Sankarshan, can you see here Lord Shiva has snakes? And Lord Shiva is in deep meditation. Why snakes? Fifth canto Srimad Bhagavatam, Lord Shiva comes from Sankarshan. So fifth canto Bhagavatam, there is a picture, Lord Shiva and Parvati meeting Sankarshan. And Lord Shiva worships Sankarshan actually. And because he is an expansion of Sankarshan, these snakes are, too. Remember, he is Supreme Lord, he is worshipful Lord. He wears snakes actually. So, from that Sankarshan comes Sadasiva. And Sadasiva is actually Vishnu Tattva. And from Sadasiva comes 11 Ekadash Rudras. 11 Rudras come. They are with different names. So, some people call him Shiva, some people call him Shambhu, some people call him Rudra. They are not different names, they are different expansions of Sadashiva. So, but first canto, second chapter, first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, second chapter, 23rd verse, Lord Shiva is in charge of Tamaguna, the mode of ignorance, and thus in the category of incarnations is Gunavataras. Sukadeva Goswami says the transcendental personality of Godhead is indirectly assessed with three modes of material nature, namely passion, goodness, and ignorance. Just for the material world's creation, maintenance, and destruction, he accepts three qualitative forms of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. As the god of annihilation, Shiva is responsible for destroying the universes during the partial and complete devastations, which occur respectively at the end of each day of Brahma and at the end of his life. So Shiva is the Gunavatar. This is from second canto, first canto, second chapter, 23rd verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. So every universe has one Brahma to create, one Kshirodakshaya Vishnu to maintain, and one Shiva to destroy. How many universes are there? Unlimited. Actually, the plural form of universe is multiverse. But because many people do not know multiverse, we use the word universes. So, every universe has one Brahma, one Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, and one Lord Shiva to destroy Brahma to maintain and Brahma to create and Lord Vishnu, Lord Kshirodaksa Vishnu to maintain. That is his position. Shiva's personality is Asutosh, very easily pleased. Is very easily pleased. Anyway, tattva wise, I have to explain. Why Shiva has to come in contact with the Durga? Material energy. What is the need? We were all the living entities in the spiritual world. But we want to enjoy independent of God. Ichha Dvesha Samatena, Danda Mohina Bharata, Sarabhutani Sammoham Sargayanti Parantapa. We developed a desire. But all the living entities have to be sent to the correction. We developed envy, greed. Material world, we are here means we have a flag of envy. Not that we are all liberated. So this is a prison house. Durg. Ga means gaman. Du, very difficult to get out. Durga another means, Durg means fort. You cannot get out of this fort. Because the superintendent is a Durga. So there was a need for all the living entities going through the process of correction. So Krishna's expansion, Mahavishnu, Vishnustu Trini Rupani. There are three Vishnus. This is from Sattva Tantra. Vishnustu Trini Rupani Pursakshanyato Vidu Ekanta Srishtir Vitiyam Mandasam Sitam Trutiyam Garva Bhutastam Tani Sacha Vimuchyate. So Mahavishnu, when he lies down in the causal ocean, from these pores, the universes come. The universes emanate. Yasekana Svisatakalamatavalambya Jivantiloma Vilaja Jagadananada Vishnur Mahan, Mahavishnu. Vishnu Mahan Sahiyesha Kalavisesha Govindamada Pushintam Pujam. So when Vishnu lies down in the causal ocean, the universes they emanate from his body. One universe, these are all material. One universe, Mahavishnu expands, become Garbhodaka. There is a Garbhodaka ocean. Mahavishnu in expansion becomes Garbhodaka Vishnu. He lies down on the Garbhodaka ocean. Sai means Sainam. From his navel, the first living entity, when lotus comes, this 14 planetary systems, Bhuloka, Bhurloka, Suvarloka, Mahaloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka, below, Atal, Vital, Sutala, Talatala, Rasatala, Patala, these 14 planetary systems are in that stem of that lotus. And in that lotus, the first living entity, Brahma, is created. Is the first living entity, Jiva Tattva. So Brahma was given as a service to populate this universe. First Brahma created 4 Kumaras. And he told them, you populate the universe, get married, I'll create another 4 wonderful spouses for you. They said, no, we'll not do it. This is 5th canto Bhagavatam. Brahma became angry. And from forehead, that anger came out in the form of a boy who is blue and red in complexion. And he cried anxiously, show me the place to live. Then Brahma said, you cried anxiously, that's why you're called Rudra. Yasvindriyani asurvyoma vayuragni jalamahi suryas chandras tapaschaiva sthanani agre krutanicha. You go and stay in the Panchabhutas. Vayuragni jalamahi. You go and stay in Surya and Chandra. So Panchabhutas you stay. Shiva, Shiva is also Purusha. You stay all these places. But because he came out in the form of, his emanation was because of anger, is a destructive force. Is a destructive force. You go and see the ocean during cyclone. Destruction. So, what is that? Lord Shiva is the Gunavatar of destructive force. Then But as a person, but though he's coming from the forehead of Brahma, from the between the eyebrows of Brahma, the forehead, but Shiva is not Jiva Tattva, though Brahma is Jiva Tattva. This Shiva is actually the expansion of Sadashiva. Then is very easily pleased. Very easily pleased. If you offer, bay leaves and little water, he's happy. He'll give you whatever you want, actually. That's why the demons approach Lord Shiva, and the demons approach Lord Shiva and get their benedictions easily. Sometimes Shiva gets into trouble also for that reason. And Srimad Bhagavatam, the Vrukasar story is there. So Vrukasar said, I want you to come right now. Shiva is not coming. He started cutting off his limbs. Finally, Shiva came, wait, don't kill yourself. What do you want? On whomever I put my hand, they should die. Shiva said, granted. So, but is very, very easily pleased. Very easily pleased. So that's why the demons would approach him and get all their benedictions. One place he says, Aham Bhoga Pradata. Kalidas explains in Kumar Sambhava. This material world, as I said, all the living entities were sent to this world to get rid of their envy, greed, lust. This prison house. This place is called Durga. The owner of this is Durga. Devi Mahesha Haridamasha Teshu Teshu Tete Prabha Ichya Vihitaschayena Govinda Madhavushan Tamaham Bhajami. So this is all the material world, means all the conditioned souls waiting to get rid of their impurities. They go through the cycle of birth and death. What is this world called? What is the problem with this world? We all love to enjoy matter. We are allowed to enjoy matter. Matter by default dead. Anything we enjoy is dead matter actually, including name and fame. That's also subtle matter. So the in charge of this is called Devi Dhama. So as a husband of Durga, Aham Bhoga Pradata. He'll give you what you want. If you worship him nicely, he'll give you what you want. F1 to H1 granted. If you write him, if you worship him nicely. H1 to labor 485 granted. If you worship nicely actually. Nowadays people do not know how to worship Lord Shiva perfectly. That's why they are not getting. Even from Lord Shiva nowadays. So that's why Babas are replacing nowadays, unfortunately. And yogis. So what is that? Aham Bhoga Pradata. She also does the same thing. He does the same thing. And they give you all the benedictions. But if you take them and enjoy, when you're taking a benediction, everyone, I'll stop here and think of anything you ask. You ask them, I am this body and I want to enjoy nicely. Is there anything other than that? Usually, no. Means it will fix you in the bodily consciousness. Means you will continue the cycle of birth and death. You want to enjoy means sadhakas, you see them in Vrindavan, Jagannath Puri, some people even go to Himalayas. They abstain from sense enjoyment. Why? Because they want to realize they're not the body. So, but when you're asking, I want this, and you're trying to enjoy means what? You want to fix yourself in the bodily consciousness, which is very difficult to become free. Krishna's first instruction, Gita, is you're not the body. 2.1 to 2.30. But throughout our life, we think we are this body. And to the extent you're attached to enjoying food, enjoying matter, that much extent you're fixed in bodily consciousness. So this is from Padma Purana. He says, Aham Bhoga Pradata. Anything Bhoga you want, I'll give you. You can enjoy comfortable life. Sometimes your life becomes very steady, stable. But steadily you'll continue in the cycle of birth and death. Steadily you'll continue the maybe this lifetime entry level program, next lifetime team leader. Then later The later life is architect. But every time, 20 years of 20 to 40 is youth and 40 to 80 is old age. But so even if you're a team lead architect, even if you're 20 million, $100 million in the bank, body gives trouble. So Lord Shiva says compassionately, Mukti Pradata Sarvesham, Vishnureva na samsaya. But if you want to get out of this prison house, not me, him. But if you approach me, I'll help you there also. Now I want everyone to listen 3 sentences. How many of you want to pay attention? Just pay attention. If you approach Lord Shiva as a Mahadev, chief of Devatas, he will give you material benedictions. And whether you like it or not, that will push you in secular birth and death. He says that. I cheat the living entity. Sorry, living entity is asking. Lord Shiva is very easily pleased. He'll give you. So he'll give you whatever you want. If you worship him nicely, just offering bay leaves and little water. But you'll continue in this Devi Dham. The next one. But if you worship him as Supreme Personality, Supreme Lord, supremely worshipable demigod, Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shiva is the Supreme. If you worship him, he will give you impersonal liberation. And one Acharya said he'll cheat you because impersonal liberation is not permanent. All the people who worship Lord Shiva, at the end they want to become one with God. They don't want to go to Shiva. Very interesting. Then where is Shiva? I'm for understanding. The people worship Shiva. If you worship Shiva, end of the day you should go back to Shiva. No, I want to become one with God. Who is God? God, Bhagwan. Who? You will never hear the word, I want to go back to Bhagwan Shiva. God होना है, God बनना है. Hare Krishna. Then why are you worshiping Lord Shiva? So, what is that? So, if you consider him supreme, he'll give you impersonal liberation, Sahajya Mukti. There is a Puran, Kartik Puran. This word comes again, Shiva Sahajya. And you do worship Shiva, there is a word Vishnu Sahajyam also. Means you become one with God, which is actually against the scriptural injunction. Some organizations in India present this. And the deity, worshipful deity there is Lord Shiva. But if you approach him in the right perspective, as Bhagavatam speaks, whatever I said before, he is an expansion of Sankarshan. One day Lord, actually no, this is given in Vishnu Sahasranama, this is given in Srimad Bhagavatam. My Lord, in Bhagavatam there is a story where Shiva and Parvati go to see Sankarshan. Because Parvati says, I want to see whom you are worshipping. And they both go to see Sankarshan. So in Sri Rama Rama Rama, Keno Payana Laguna, Vishnunama Sahasrakam, Padite Pandite Nityam Srutum Ityamyam Praho. What is that? She's asking Parvati. Then he's telling, Sri Rama Rama Ramete Rame Raman Manoram. Sahasranama Tattulja Ramanam Varanane. So sometimes Lord Shiva, Sankarshan, Lord Ram comes from Sankarshan. So Lord Shiva also made it son Ram. So if you approach him in this way, he has 11 Shiva Tattva is different, Vishnu, Krishna and Vishnu Tattva is different, and Jiva Tattva is different, Shakti Tattva is different. And people who have a proper understanding, they approach Lord Shiva. Then he will, at the end of your life, chant the name of Ram in your ears, and he'll send you back to Godhead. In Kasi, anybody who dies in Kasi, Lord Shiva chants the name of Ram because he always chants Ram. And he sends them back to Godhead. That is the proper understanding. I told 3 types of worship. How many of you understood? If you worship Lord Shiva as Mahadev, he'll give you the material benedictions. And if you worship Lord Shiva as the Supreme Lord, he'll give you impersonal liberation, Sahaji Mukti. But if you worship Lord Shiva in a proper perspective, as mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, he will send you back to Godhead. Should I continue? So, but what Lord Shiva likes is, Yaparam Brahmasa Sakshat Triguna Jiva Samyitat Bhagavantam Vasudevam Prapannasa Priyohimi. This is 4th canto Srimad Bhagavatam. Any person who is surrendered to Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, the controller of everything, material nature as well as the living entity, is actually very dear to me. Some of you who are here for the first time, it may be very bewildering to you, whatever I'm telling, because first of all, nobody reads first chapter to last chapter Bhagavad Gita. Forget about reading Bhagavatam. Many people do not know. Actually, one person asked me, what is the difference between Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita? Are they same? So to have a proper understanding, reading is very important. So, so Lord Shiva, what is that? This is Prachetas. Prachetas are, what is that? In the lineage of Daksha, as in the lineage of Dhruva, in the lineage of Dhruva, and the 10 Prachetas went to the forest and they were doing tapasya very sincerely. When Lord Shiva saw that, without being called, he came. And this verse was told by Lord Shiva actually. Yata taror mula niseshanena trapyanti tatskanda bhujopashaka pranopahara chayatindriyanam tataiva sarvarhanam achyutecha. Oh, Prachetas, if you want to water the tree, you pour the water to the root. You don't need to take an ink pillar and pour water to every leaf and stem. Likewise, if you water this, if you want to, this Achyuta, Supreme Lord Krishna is the origin of the creation, creator of the creation, maintainer of the creation, destroyer of the creation. So you want to water, the way you pour water to the root to water the tree, if you want nourishment, the source of creation is Achyuta. Tataiva Sarvarhanam Achyutecha. Worship Krishna, and Lord Shiva became their guru. And the 10 Prachetas accepted Lord Shiva as the guru. Shabdam Vishuddham Vasudeva Sabditam. This was given in actually Daksha. And Daksha entered Lord Shiva's deep meditation. And Daksha thought, hey, everyone got up. Why he didn't get up? He was in deep meditation. Deep meditation, meditating on Krishna. Vasudeva is a platform on which Vasudeva is born. So this is also mentioned by Lord Shiva. And also what can we learn today, especially today's thing? And one more point before I go forward. One day Lord Shiva was going in the skyways. You all know Markandeya was actually saved by Lord Shiva, and but eventually Markandeya Muni, this is from 12th canto Bhagavatam. How many of you don't know Markandeya Muni? How many of you know Markandeya Muni? Okay. So Markandeya Muni, when he understood the actual, after reading Shastras, he got darshan of Narayan Rishi, Narayan Rishi. He said, Narayan, what do you want? My Lord, I want to see the power of your illusory potency. Hey, you want to see the power of my Maya? Yes, my Lord, I want to see. Really? So, but already Markandeya Rishi lives for a very long time until the Brahma lives for 100 years, right? That is 311 trillion 40 billion years. Shiva benedicted him, you will live that much long. One Brahma's creation, one Brahma's lifetime. Means one, the 100 years. But every day there is a partial devastation of Brahma. He is like, he lives for the Brahma's lifetime. So Narayana Rishi said, all right, you'll see the power of illusory potency. Then one day in his ashram, suddenly then a wind started, the pouring rain, the entire universe was flooded, and there is not even one living entity on the planet. This is Pralaya. And for so many hundreds and thousands of years, he was going here and there in the waters, that flooded waters, with the very lot of fatigue. And it's pitch darkness. This is given in 12th canto. Then what happened? In that, he was tossed by the waves of the universal devastation. And at one point, what happened? He was going like this. Finally, he came to on shore. He happened to see one, island. And close to that island, there is actually banyan leaf. In that banyan leaf, there's a beautiful personality lying down. He was putting his thumb in his mouth. One baby boy. It's called Vatapatra is that banyan leaf. Sai. So Krishna was laying on that leaf, Vatapatra Sai, he was putting his thumb in his mouth. And Markandeya Rishi was attracted to the beauty of that boy. He went close. Oh, how beautiful is this boy. When he saw that boy, his fatigue was gone. His tiredness was gone. When he went close, that boy inhaled, he went inside. When he went into his body, again his ashram, everything normal. His ashram was there. Before the universal devastation, what was there? That was not there. I mean, his ashram was normal. As though he came to the ashram after 15 minutes. And that boy exhaled. Again, he came into the waters. He came into the waters and, oh, this is difficult. And then he said, that is the power of Maya. My Maya. It appears it is there, but it is not there. So one day, Markandeya Rishi, after this experience, is very deeply absorbed. His mind stopped working. He attained that perfection. Lord Shiva was going through the skyways. And Lord Shiva said, see Parvati, what an absorption he has. Amazing. What a devotee he is. I want to give him some benediction. Parvati said, no, man, no problem, my Lord, please. And he went before. He stood before Markandeya Rishi. Markandeya Rishi, there's no chi, no movement. Because he was fully absorbed in Vasudeva consciousness. But Shiva, with his mystic power, what he did, he entered into the sky of his heart. He entered, he penetrated, entered into his heart. So Markandeya Rishi was meditating, suddenly appeared Lord Shiva. He opened his eyes. Lord Shiva said, I'm very pleased with you. Whatever you want, ask benediction. My Lord, what do I need? I don't need anything. No, please ask. I want to give. I came all the way to give. And he said, give me unflinching faith to the lotus feet of Krishna. Vasudeva. I don't need anything. So, he works as a, when he sees nice devotees, he considers them as friends. And he is very dear to them. It is true with Prachetas, it is true with Markandeya Rishi. And Lord Shiva's benevolence. Actually, no, what is it? Before we go forward, of benevolence, his character, Lord Shiva's character. His wife is he actually, Devi Mahesha Haridama Teshu Teshu. This entire metal world is actually his wife's control, Durga's control. Metal world, matter. How many universes? Unlimited universes of matter. But if you go above, Mahesh Dama, he also has, so the Mahesh Dama. But very interesting personality. He doesn't have a home to live. What is that? He doesn't have a home to live. One day, what is that? Parvati said, my Lord. Actually, no, fourth canto Bhagavatam, Brahma went to, all the devatas and Brahma went to worship Lord Shiva because he was very angered by the death of Mother Sati. And Veerabhadra came and cut off the head of Daksha. And Brahma came to offer, then Kailash was described actually. This tree, the tree was spread 800 yojanas. One yojana is 80 miles. So, sorry, 100 yojanas. Means how many miles? 8,000 miles. The tree is 8,000 miles long. He is sitting under the tree. And Bhagavatam describes very nicely the Kailash. So then, so Parthi said, like we are the in charge of the entire, all these unlimited planets. And you are in charge of the Mahesh Dham. We should have a home. So all right, fine. So what is the problem for Lord Shiva? Then home manifested, beautiful home. So he called one Brahmin and okay, perform the inauguration ceremony, Gruha Pravesh, something like that. He performed very well and Shiva said, I'm very happy the way you did. What do you want? My Lord, I don't have any home. You take this home. So take this home and he took the home. Again, Lord Shiva is under the tree only. So amazing. That is a devotee. He doesn't have a home. Actually, there is if you go to Vrindavan, this person name is Rasakan. Rasakan wrote this. Beta Ganesha. Our Vadet Pran would say this. I don't remember, but I know that he's here or not. Beta Ganesha, Sakha Danesha, Swayam Mahesha. His son is able to clear all the obstacles. And his friend is the richest of all the devatas, Kubera. And he himself is a Mahaisha, Mahadev. But he doesn't have a home. He doesn't have a place to live. And what he does, he wears just, what is that, deer skin. Crematory ashes. And what a magnanimous personality. When people, what is that, they're aborted from the babies and they commit suicides or they become ghosts. Who is in charge of the ghosts and hobgoblins? Bhuta Preta Pisacha. Bhuta Preta Pisacha. Who is taking care of them? Lord Shiva takes care. He takes care of them. Why? Nobody is taking care of you. I will take care of. I will deliver you. Don't worry. So very simple. He doesn't need anything from this world. Actually, while Lord Shiva is continuously in meditation, there was not even, he wants nothing from this world. That's why his Bhagavatam glorifies him as a Vaishnava. Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu. And personally doesn't have anything, but what is his benevolence? Samudramanthan pastime. Samudramanthan pastime, so anything we do. So what happened? These Devatas and Danavas, they put Vasuki as the rope and they started churning. And Supreme Lord, Vishnu, he incarnated himself as a, what is that? Turtle, Kachua, what is that? What do you say that? Kurma. Tortoise, exactly. So he assumed that form and he supported the, this Mount Mandara, right? So Mandara mountain, Actually, what happened? He told Devatas, you all carry this. They were trying to carry this, is a golden mountain. They were all getting killed under that. The Supreme Lord said, don't worry. He put it on the Garuda and he put in the ocean. Again, he drowned. My Lord, we cannot retrieve it. Don't worry. He came as the Kurma and and lifted it. And they asked Vasuki, you churn it. But the mountain, the base is there. But if you are churning, the mountain is going here and there. Okay, don't worry. He assumed this is Ajita incarnation. The Vishnu's incarnation that time is Ajita. So he assumed 1,000-armed Vishnu, and he came and he manifested himself on the top and like this. So when he held like this, the mountain didn't move. Then he told Vasuki, go ahead and churn. So when you go for something auspicious, first thing that will come is actually poison. So when you start chanting, you want to go back to Godhead, you start chanting Hare Krishna, the first thing that happens, you become more lusty, more greedy, more envious. What is that? The impurities are coming out. When the impurities are coming out, they'll bother you like anything. You say, oh, you're going away, come inside. Then they'll go inside also. So you should not entertain them. So in the Samudra Manthan, that came was actually so before you want to attain perfection in the process, Shraddha to Prema, Anartha Nivritti, Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Anartha Nivritti, Nishta, Ruchi, Ashakti, Bhava, Prema. So, Anartha Nivritti stage, all the impurities start coming. It's common. Don't give up the process. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Anything that gives you instant pleasure, Parinamam Vishme Bhava. Gulab Jamun, keep on eating, one day diabetes blessing. And alcohol, you like it. Instant pleasure. One day you'll be blessed with cancer. So anything that gives you instant pleasure, Bhagavad Gita 18th chapter says, it'll end result will be poison. But initially it appears poison. You have to get up in the morning, chant your rounds. You have to give up this, you have to give up that, you have to give up this, you have to give up that. Start chanting Hare Krishna. Some people think, let me give up Hare Krishna only. Then I don't need to give up other things. People do that actually. But they are going for temporary pleasures. Parinamam Vishmeva, that is pushing them in the cycle of birth and death. But here, it is very difficult. But if you continue, persist, all the impurities come out and cool. One has to keep this point in the mind. And Lord Shiva, what he did, and it generated not like a handful, ocean of poison. And his poison started burning the walls. The fire it has created. Then Vishnu asked, he wanted, there is only one personality who can do this. So now all the Devatas came and prayed. And by his mystic powers, Lord Shiva, what he did, he condensed it. And now he condensed the entire ocean of poison and brought it into, he made it into a handful. And he drank it. And that's when he got the name Nilakanta, So, this should live for others. 10th canto Bhagavatam, Krishna says to his friends, trees, they live for others. When you do this service, following the footsteps of Lord Shiva, when you live for others, compassion, that is, you are becoming very dear to Krishna. Srila Prabhupada, when he saw in Mayapur, these children were fighting with dogs to eat the remnants on the banana leaves, Prabhupada cried and he said, in the radius of some distance, 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers, what he said. Nobody should be hungry, he said, in our temple, in the 5 kilometers radius of our temples. Today, Food for life is there in 120 countries. And distributing prasad according to 2000 statistics, not to 25. 1 minute they serve 6 plates. One pure devotee desire. Wow. So compassion. What is the real compassion? Real compassion is giving Krishna to others and make them go out of cycle of birth and death. Srila Prabhupada came to America at the age of 70 with 40 rupees, preaching Krishna consciousness. Take up Krishna consciousness, you'll go back to Godhead. You don't need to take birth again. But, but there is an emergency situation here. The Sahalahal is burning. So what he did? Kalakuta Visham. He swallowed it. You know? So the point is, by doing so, if we do like that, why do we preach? Why do we do the book distribution? Why do we do the prasadam distribution? Why do we do the Harinam Sankirtan? Following the footsteps of Lord Shiva. Passion. You know? So that is his benevolence. You know? Tapyante lokatapena sadhava prayasho jana paramanadhanam tadhi. Purushasya Atmana. Sukadeva Goswami is telling, great personalities almost always accept voluntary suffering because of the suffering of the people in general. This is considered the highest method of worshipping the Supreme Lord, who is present in everyone's heart. So, you know, you all came to Krishna consciousness just because you want to learn Bhagavad Gita and pure devotee. I don't even see one person like that, including myself. Somebody, oh, come to this program, they'll give you nice prasad. Kirtan is nice. That is how we are lured into this process. How many of you agree? None of us came to this because we have a strong desire to become a pure devotee. No. So the point is, you want to get the mercy of Krishna. You want to please. Tapyante lokatapena. When consider their suffering as your suffering. And I know what is that? Paradukha dukhi. When somebody is suffering, we should not be sukhi. Suffering and nice, amazing. You failed your exam. Congratulations. That's nonsense. No. So paradukha dukhi. And so that's the epitome of Lord Shiva. He didn't have anything. He's sitting on the tree. But all his devotees, Ravana, and Brahma, sorry, it's not Brahma, so it's Ravana and Hiranyakashipu, everyone. They are very rich. He's telling fool, you guys, you don't know what is needed. What is the goal of life? Self-realization. Attain the love of God. So the point is, that is his benevolence. It's very important. So there are 12 Mahajans. This verse was told by Prahlad in 8th canto, Bhagavatam. Sorry, this verse was told by Yamaraj, I'm sorry. 6th canto, Bhagavatam. Dharmasya tattvam nihitam guhayam mahajano ena gatasya pat. You want to attain the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, that absolute truth. Satyam Parandemahi. Who is Satyam Parandemahi? Vasudeva, Krishna. What is Yamaraj telling to the Yamadutas? Dharmasya tattvam. That Paratattva, Guhayam, secret. But only 12 people, they know the path to attain the lotus feet. Mahajano ena gatasya panta. Who is that Mahajan? Swayambhu Narada Shambhu, Kumara Kapilomanu, Prahlada Janako Bhishmo, Bali Vayasaki Vayam. So he is telling Swayambhu, Brahma, self-manifested, Narada Muni, Shambhu, Lord Shiva, Kumara, 4 Kumaras, Kapilamuni, Manu, Swayambhu Manu, Prahlada, Janaka, Bhishma, Bali Maharaj, Vayasaki, Sukadev Goswami, and Vayam, myself. I am. These are the 12 people. They knew how to take you to Krishna. So one of the devotees is a Lord Shiva. One of the devotees is a Lord Shiva. And also Krishna, we need to have a sampradaya. Sampradaya vihina he mantraste nishpala mata. You want to go back to Godhead, you need to follow a lineage. We are not the only one lineage. There are 4 lineages. But ISKCON comes in the lineage of Brahma. And also the Acharya in Brahma Sampradaya is Madhva. So Krishna gave that knowledge to attain his, attain him. Radha Gopjana Bhavan ki Jinta Padman Gaur Bhavan ki Jinta. Krishna gave that knowledge to Brahma. The Acharya in the Brahma Sampradaya is Madhvacharya. Krishna gave that knowledge to Lakshmi also. The Acharya is Ramanuja. And Krishna gave the knowledge to Lord Shiva. And the Acharya is Vishnu Swami. This Sampradaya is still very active. Actually, that is Pushti Marga. It's prominent in Gujarat and North India actually. And Krishna also gave the knowledge to 4 Kumaras. And the Acharya is Nimbarka Acharya. This is a very active in Bengal, Orissa, and that portion of Northeast. So Lord Shiva, what he does, if you worship him, he will take you back to Krishna if you worship him correctly. So when Krishna showed universal form, Arjuna asked Krishna, my Lord, you show the form by which you enter into this cosmos. Krishna immediately showed universal form. It doesn't have any beginning. Kalosmi lokakshayakrit pravruddho lokan samahatmiham pravruddha. So there, when Krishna displayed the universal form, he showed Lord Shiva. In 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Rudranam Sankarashasmi. Of the Ekadash Rudras, I am Shiva. Doesn't mean only Shiva is, Shankara is only Krishna. They are all getting the power from me, Ekadash Rudras. But the more power is, vested in Shankara, So, what is it? I told this verse, I want to tell you, Nimnaganam yata ganga devanam achita yada Vaishnavanam yata sindhu purananam itantata. I told this. So Lord Shiva, I'll tell you how Ganga came into this existence. Can I tell a tiny story? One day Lord Shiva went to Golokurandavan. And what he did, and he started singing. He was singing with such devotion. Radha and Krishna, they sat on the throne. Their hearts were melting. At one point, they melted. Krishna flowed into the river. Radharani also flowed into as a river. And then both rivers mixed. They merged. Merged. That is Ganga. Now Vamandeva pierced the outer covering when he asked Bali Maharaj the 3 steps of land. That water came down from the Karnataka ocean, but the water that came actually Ganga. But then someone has to bring that water down to the earth. Bhagirath, what he did tapasya intensely. Ganga appeared. I have no problem to come down. Because what happened, this Sagara Maharaj Sagar, his children, they were all burnt, when they thought Kapilmuni is the one, they misconstrued that Kapilmuni is the one who stole that earth for that offense. They were burnt. And there are a pile of ashes, 60,000 piles of ashes. And then how will they get the elevation? So Ganga has to come down. Ganga said, I will come down, I have no problem. Nobody can bear my force. She said, one person can bear my force, that is Lord Shiva. So I go and worship him. So I worshipped Lord Shiva and said, please, can you, when Ganga comes down to this earth, can you hold her force? Lord Shiva said, no problem. And when she came from the, in higher planet, she is called Mandakini. In this world, she is called Ganga. When the lower planet existence called Patala, she is called Bhagavati. She has 3 different names. But she is the one that travels from top to bottom actually. So she was coming with that force. And with that force, she entered. Because she was Vishnupadi, emanate from the feet of Krishna, Lord Shiva with so much of reverence held her on his head and stopped that force. So that is how, again, another service. So Ganga is present in this world because of Lord Shiva. So we saw that, of course, this one. It is said that great person, we already read this. This Lord Shiva said to Parvati, it is said that great personalities almost always accept voluntary suffering because of the suffering of the people in general. This is considered the highest method of worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudeva, who is present in everyone's heart. Who is telling? Lord Shiva is telling, I am doing, why is he drinking this poison? Only to please Krishna. So this is this is Ganga Avatarana I showed. So this is the best way of understanding. Any question or comment? How many of you heard of this type of some of the things first time? So it's very important. That is the we need to have that clear. Any question or comment? Otherwise, we'll go to the important part of our program, Prasad. How many of you agree will go for Prasad? Then I can take the questions 1 to 1. That's okay. If tomorrow is also working, should we go for Prasad? Question answer.
Is the Kapilam Hare Krishna Prabhu?
Huh?
Dandavat Pranam. Is the Kapila Muni same as the
Devahuti Kapila of third canto? Yes. Same Kapila Muni.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, like you mentioned, 11 Rudras came from Shiva. And we know that Rudra came from Brahma's Prakriti. Gave position in the places. So
He came into the?
He gave position to this Rudra in 11 places.
I didn't say 11 places. I mean, you read it like that, that's a different. I told that sloka.
Yes.
But it's not 11. 5 Panchabhutas, Yastindriya, Nasaryama, Vayu, Agni, Jalamani. That's the verse. I don't know whether it's 11. What is the question?
Yeah. Brahma gave the places to the Rudra. So, which Rudra is this one in third canto which came from the Brahma's Prakriti, and the 11 Rudras you mentioned comes from the Sarva Shiva?
Okay, what I said there was, though this Rudra is coming from Brahma, he is not Jiva Tattva. Actually, they are the emanations of Sadasiva actually. This is a Leela. This is a Leela of he is coming from the forehead of Brahma. But actually, they are all the expansions of Sadasiva. Got my point?
Yes.
Like, one time Krishna comes from Sotapa and Prusni Garbha, like that. You got my point? Likewise, Shiva is Kanai Krishna. Sadasiva and Sadasiva, look. Okay, this is the thing. Actually, Sadasiva comes from Sankarshan, so he's spiritual world, no doubt. But Mahesh Dham, above Devi Dham is actually Brahman starts. Everything above the spiritual world. So all the people in Mahesh Dham, they are liberated. But Prabhupada makes a 1 point that I can tell in 1 to 1. So Prabhupada makes 1 point actually. But the problem is this Mahesh, actually I'll tell. It's marginal, Prabhupada writes. The position of this Mahesh Dham is this Devi Dham, Mahesh Dham, Haridham. Prabhupada says this is marginal. Marginal means, okay, for example, Ajamil chanted Narayan, Narayan, and he became liberated. Means what is liberation? Free from metal contamination. But unko love of God aaya nahi. He didn't get the love of God. So Prabhupada says this is, Mahesh Dham is marginal. Prasanna Maharaj one time he mentioned it. Today I'll read that. Is marginal. This Mahesh Dham is marginal. So the real thing is, so people who have attained that 5 millos, Shanta Dashi Sakya Vatsalya, starts with Haridham. Prabhupada mentioned it in 5th canto. Clear? Correct. So marginal means what? You can go up or you can go down, like that. But yes, they're all liberated, no metal contamination. Any other question?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam.
Okay.
Prabhuji, when I just wanted to.
Just 1 minute, hold on.
Yes.
So, if you don't have any question, we'll end it here. Thank you very much. Purpose. 1 minute. Class ended, you can all take this. Okay, like Golok Vrindavan and Vrindavan, right? Likewise, same. Yes, Prabhu. Nishkanchan.
Yeah, Prabhuji, I just wanted to know the authenticity of one thing. I mean, I heard in ISKCON, but I just wanted to check with you that I heard that when Shiva took that halahal, then some of the Shiva Ganas, they got some pride that our master is great, even than Vishnu. So what Shiva did when this Mohini Murti Lila happened, and Shiva's going, because Shiva is Dhira, but still he's chasing the Mohini Murti. So he wanted to prove all the Shiva Ganas that actually Krishna is my master, and he came as a Mohini Murti. So just wanted to check the authenticity of this.
I don't know. Definitely. I don't know. I can add to watch for it. I really do not.
Okay.
Panchu. If I spoken anything wrong, excuse me as an humble servant. Very grateful for your patient audience. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sada, our that Shivaratri Mahotsav ki jai. Vaishnavanam Yata Shambhu ki jai. Adhar Mahadeva Shambhu Shankar.